Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dive into something pretty fascinating. It's a document that reveals how the best traders on the planet manage their single biggest enemy, which, it turns out, is themselves. We're talking about the trading plan, but forget paperwork, think of it as a survival guide. Let's get into it.
This quote, it absolutely nails it. See, the real game here isn't just about crunching the numbers or having some genius idea about the market. Nope. The real test, it's whether you can survive your own brain when the pressure is cranked up to 11 and your own money is on the line.
So this really brings us to the core conflict, right? It's this battle raging inside every single trader, the battle between two different versions of you. On one side, you've got analyst you. This is you at your best, calm, rational, clear-headed, designing this perfect strategy. But then there's trader you, and that's you in the trenches, in the heat of the moment, when your brain just gets completely hijacked by stress and fear and all those gut reactions.
Okay, so why is this fight so intense? Let's peel back the layers and actually look at what's happening inside our heads when we're under financial stress. Because it turns out our brains, they just aren't built for this kind of game. So the second real money hits the table, our brains just get flooded with all these signals that are, well, they're terrible for making smart decisions. That crystal clear analysis you did, poof, it turns into this whirlwind of emotion. Your vision literally narrows, your sense of time gets all warped, and that primal fight-or-flight instinct, it kicks down the door and completely hijacks your logical brain. Trying to improvise in that state, it's not just risky, it's pretty much a guaranteed way to blow up.
All right, so if making it up as you go is the absolute enemy, what's the antidote? Well, it's a tool. A tool designed for one purpose, to protect you from, well, you. It's literally a contract you make with your future self. You know, the version of you that's about to do something really dumb.
And let's be super clear here. A trading plan is not just some boring paperwork you have to fill out. No way. Think of it as a survival mechanism. It's a binding contract, written by you at your calmest and smartest, that has to be followed by you at your most panicked and irrational.
I love how simple and powerful this is. The whole point, the singular purpose of this plan is to get rid of improvisation. That's it. If it's not written in the plan, you don't do it. End of story, period. You feel that little voice in your head, that urge to just tweak something mid-trade? That's your alarm bell. It's telling you that your emotional brain has taken over. Okay, so what does this contract actually say? What goes into a truly bulletproof plan? Well, it all comes down to answering 5 critical questions. The entire goal here is to stamp out any and all ambiguity before you even place the trade. Let's break this down. First up, the thesis. Simple enough. What's the big idea driving this trade? Number 2, the expression. Okay, how are you actually going to play this? Is it options, futures? The exact instrument matters. 3 is sizing. How much skin are you putting in the game? And this isn't based on a gut feeling. It's based on real risk and volatility. 4, execution. What's the plan to get into the trade? And then, number 5, maybe the most important of all, the kill switch. This is your line in the sand, the one thing that happens that proves your entire thesis is dead and you have to get out. No questions asked.
But hang on, even after answering all 5 of those questions, the pros take one more critical step. It's a mental workout, really, and it's designed to fight that little voice in our heads, that optimism that makes us totally blind to risk. So how do you find those dangers that you're subconsciously trying to ignore?
They do something called a pre-mortem. Here's how it works. You fast forward in your mind. Imagine it's a month from now, and this trade has gone completely sideways. It's a total disaster. You've lost the maximum amount you said you would. Now, write down the story. What happened? What was the chain of events that led to this failure? It's a brilliant trick because it forces you to bypass that natural bias for success and actually see the hidden rocks you were about to steer into.
Okay, so now the plan is locked in. The hard part's over, right? Wrong. The challenge completely shifts. It's no longer about analysis, it's about pure, raw behavior. And believe me, this is where careers are made or broken. It all comes down to managing yourself.
Here's a weird thing about our brains. The second we own something, we start defending it. It's a powerful psychological trap called the endowment bias. We just automatically think something is more valuable because it's ours. Pros know this, so they fight it with one brutally honest question they ask themselves every single day. If I was flat, completely neutral, would I buy this position right now at this price? And if the answer is anything other than a screaming yes, they cut it. Done. No negotiation.
And you can really see the difference between an amateur and a pro in how they handle their worst days. The amateur, they start bargaining with the losing trade. Oh, it'll come back, just a little more. They just dig the hole deeper. The professional, they're absolutely ruthless. They see the mistake, they accept it, and they get out. Immediately. Then they can clear their head and move on.
But here's something that might surprise you. A big winner can be just as dangerous as a big loser. Sometimes even more so. Why? Because it can create this hallucination of skill. The amateur suddenly thinks they're a genius. They feel invincible. But the pro, they know better. They practice humility. They'll often take some profits off the table, not just to lock in gains, but to cut that emotional attachment and keep their feet on the ground.
So when you boil it all down, surviving in this business for the long haul isn't about that one amazing trade. It's about building trust. And that trust is built on 3 simple rules. First, no surprises. Bad news, you deliver it early and you deliver it clearly. That's how you build credibility. Second, you speak the language of risk. No storytelling, no excuses. It shows you own your decisions. And third, and this is huge, discipline earns the leash. What that means is your consistent disciplined process is what earns you more trust and more capital, not one lucky outcome.
So let's just wrap this all up with a core idea. Your career is not defined by any single trade. It's not about the one big win. It's defined by your structure, your discipline, and the relationships you build. Success isn't some destination you arrive at. It's the process you follow day in and day out that keeps you in the game.
And you know, this whole concept is so much bigger than just trading. Let's forget about the markets for a second. Ask yourself this seriously. Where in your life could you use a contract with your future self? What's that one area where the calm, rational you could write a plan to save the impulsive, emotional you from making a mistake? That, right there, is the real power of what we've been talking about.